3, 2, 1. Heroes, villains, and sidekicks, thank you for joining us on the Umbra Initiative post-show for episode 2, season 2.
Whoop, whoop.
If you're joining us, it's because you supported us on Patreon.
Thank you so
You
much.
the best.
Thanks so much.
You
Thanks
the
for
best.
the money.
You the best.
Thank you. No matter what tier you're on, you can enjoy this beautiful content for all of us over here. So, let's just get into this, shall we? For the post show,
We have a lot to talk about. What happened?
Yeah.
we
What
got
happened?
episode 2. Didn't quite get as far as I thought we were going to, honestly.
No?
But
Really?
that's good.
Would you say it was a crazy ant type episode?
No.
Cool ant.
Cool ant.
Cool ant.
What are the other emotions? There's
There's
It's cool, winky,
sad,
sad,
Mad.
extra.
winky.
this is a winky ant.
Do you think so?
Really?
Yeah, winky ant episode for
There's
sure.
a lot
Sure
in
doesn't
here.
triple chin?
That's extra
very happy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, get with it.
You're gonna be a part of this crew.
You need to know the dice.
Yeah, definitely winky ant.
Winky ant. Okay.
There's a lot here, man.
Yeah, so we let's just start from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll talk
Start
about
on top.
so the pre-scene. Yeah, so we had a scene in a little cafe.
We did. From 2 familiar characters.
Yep.
Yeah. We had a man dressed in white in this cafe.
With OCD.
Very particular individual, joined by another that episode 0 watchers would recognize as another individual by the name of Ku.
Cool. How do you spell that? I know.
K-U-E.
K-U-E. I knew you were gonna spell some shit.
Actually,
Isn't that just?
No.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I think if you do the origin of that
Yeah,
name.
no.
I think I've said it on stream before, though.
I think you said it on a post show.
I must have, or at least our like postseason whatever thing. All the Bleeding Edge members are named.
Oh right, you did say
all the
that.
agents
Yeah.
are named after my friends
Yeah, that's amazing.
in some way, shape, or form. The parts of their
Amazing.
name that I take,
Yeah.
excluding a couple like very specific ones. But VC2 was given something
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Something.
By Shaboy.
by
By
Shaboy.
Shaboy, whose name is yet to be. I think. I don't think we know his name.
Yeah, I don't think he revealed his name yet.
Nope.
Just the dude.
The dude, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
I did write him down as dude.
Oh, okay, good. Good. I didn't think of it.
I want him as like dude, all lowercase.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little pre-scene there. What's happening there? Who knows? Maybe we'll figure it out.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Never. Yeah, maybe you'll die next.
Yeah.
It's possible.
But then we go back into the 3 of you, back within the real world as we know it.
Yeah.
I mean, only moments passed since you stepped into the Umbra.
Apex was not having that shit.
Yeah.
Apex was upset.
Yeah, that was an interesting response.
Yeah, I like that.
Not sure what to make of that yet.
Yeah.
Do you have ideas?
Growing pains.
Do you like that?
It's a rebellious phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better indigestion.
Yeah. Do you like that?
No idea, honestly. No idea.
Yeah, that's an interesting development.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important now to show. I mean, Apex is a very interesting character in of itself, right?
Yeah.
You know, and we have to tilt that line between mostly you and I, Will, of how much personality, what type of character Apex is. Is it just the automata, this machine? Is it something more, like, you know? So I think that's something that's really interesting, that this opportunity that you and I have been given.
It's growing out of just being a equipment points and into
Right.
almost a sidekick in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like just like a machine. It's like a whole person kind of.
Right. That's cool.
We also got Molly, a bit more of her in this episode. Getting a little bit ahead, but more of Molly introduced to the characters and whatnot. who's a character I really like.
Yeah, I like Moss.
Yeah, I like it too.
She's very I like that interaction in the truck with that you jumped on, the little flirtatious kind of line.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, that was so good.
I love that stuff. Even right from episode 0, I was just like, man, I can't wait for awkward
Teenage
romance.
romance.
Like that's
Oh
So
yeah.
good.
Reliving
that.
so many horrible moments.
Amazing.
yeah. So after that, so we have the 3 of you meeting up.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
After you told Cedric everything.
Well, most
Almost
things.
everything.
Almost everything. Yeah. I had no reason not to trust him. I don't know why you two don't trust him.
No, I trust him.
I don't trust anybody.
But you guys met up in the diner and talked a bunch, and I went to go pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened. I heard. You can't escape me.
Glowy Rock is kind of P-Rock, so...
Glowy Rock is kind of P-Rock.
I'm sorry. How do you spell that word?
P-Rock?
P-Rock?
Yeah.
The letter P
letter
and then
P.
rock.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Good.
They call it P-Rod, but it
Yeah.
has actual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah, you whipped out the microwave. And you showed
That was a micro.
whipped out the microwave. Yeah, that was from episode 0. Something you didn't tell them episode 1. You were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Well.
what changed Ike's mind?
The trauma of going through the Umbra and the fact that they had every opportunity to kill me and they didn't, and they seem to know a lot more based on conversations we've had.
Yeah.
Realized.
What is, I have to ask, the level of trust that Ike is feeling towards these people right now?
Probably hopeful, anxious, skeptical,
Okay.
and kind of in a way a little naive, I think. Sort of almost too trusting. Strangers that seem to know too much.
Right.
That have the answers that he's looking for generally.
But they're like adults, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they are. Gotta trust the adults. They know what they're doing.
My
Yeah.
house, move in.
Yeah. So we kind of come clean about a lot of different things within the group at that breakfast.
Yeah, that was a really good, like, sort of lore dump a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good back and forth too between all the characters as well. I think conversations like that are so important early in the story. Kind of like what we said in the last post show, where it's like you are the surrogate for new audience members and even people who've forgotten.
Yeah. There was somebody actually on Reddit, I forget the user, but who asked like, "Oh, could I watch this season if I didn't watch the first one?" I was like, "Yeah, actually, you could."
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Sorry if you're confused. Actually, you wouldn't be because you're on a Patreon. You'd love to so
yeah.
much. It's funny.
Sure.
It ain't you cheap.
I'm almost as confused as you are, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have to
same
ask.
boat.
How do Will, not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how do you feel? Do you still feel very much like fish out of water, heavily confused? Like, what is your level of understanding? Be honest. Like, how do you feel about your place right now? Obviously, it's only been 3 episodes,
Right.
Right.
One of them not even including the other cast members, right? So
Yeah. I mean, it's very easy to sink into that. I have no idea what's going on, so I'm going to go along with it.
yeah.
But I don't. That's actually something I've been thinking about a lot in between this session and the last one a week ago. Is that I feel extremely welcome by the 3 of you.
Oh,
Oh, good.
So I really want to say thank you for introducing me and
That's so
allowing me to be part of this.
oh,
Yeah. Thanks for
maybe it's because it's
dealing with
swelteringly
us.
hot,
Yeah.
but I'm melting.
It's just the heat getting to me. I'm sorry.
The vapors.
The vapors.
But in all seriousness, thank you.
Yeah. Thank,
Of course.
Thank you for accepting the invite.
Yeah, honestly. Dedicating like 4 or 5 hours a day.
Yeah, you know, that was a big part of, like, when we were searching for new people, there were a lot of different variables to consider.
Yeah.
And we know that not everybody can dedicate a night out of their weeks to something like. I mean, it's hard to do it, but you know the joke where it's hard to play D&D when you're an adult, getting people together, right? It's impossible.
The hardest part.
People who know it, but to do it in this setting, being recorded, there's a lot
really
more.
Hot.
Yeah, it's really hot. The conditions aren't ideal.
Yeah.
There's a lot expected. A lot more expected of being on a show and putting that out there, right?
Than just being like playing D&D or something.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's way more rewarding too, because you can be creative and see people engage with that, and I think that's to me that's something that's like,
It's my favorite part.
yeah, peak of playing these games and like doing anything creative, right? So, but it's very clear by now that you're a creative person, and that I think we got the right guy.
I
I think
appreciate
so
that.
too.
Until episode 10, where you just flip. You're just like, it's hot. Won't let me put
Fuck that ferret!
stupid ferret. What do you mean I can't have my mech around me right now?
You're goddamn fuck!
You two burp
Yeah.
all the goddamn time.
Yeah, that part was not listed on the.
Yeah, sorry about that. Trying to keep that one a secret.
But yeah, so far I'm liking where Ike is right now. How he's fitting into the dynamic, right? Still has to prove himself in some ways, right?
He fits in very well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's fun to interact with him as Barrett, because Barrett is such like just a stone wall, and just like, I do not want to deal with you, kid. And Ike comes off to Barrett, at least, as the reason why he's just kind of along for the ride is because he's so cocky. He's like, no matter what happens, I can deal with it. Barrett is just like, you do not know what is about to happen.
I don't know.
And I love that.
That's so good. Yeah.
I think that's gonna be really fun to explore that relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really also like the bridge. Like, I think it's just like perfect of the bridge between like Ike and Cedric. And like that whole middleman,
Yeah.
I feel like that's perfect. Like it just
Ike and
works
Cedric
so
play
well.
off really well.
Yeah.
And it's
really good.
Cedric friggin'
Yeah. So after the breakfast, we go to meet Cedric. We get introduced to Cedric with Barrett and Arabella here, and you guys just completely corner him. Just giving him absolutely no other choice but to kind of come clean about some things.
Yeah.
About a very, very strange, true or not, not sure, illustrious past
Right.
of Cedric in vague details.
It kind of reassured Barrett that Cedric isn't a threat, but at the same time made him very curious about who Cedric is,
Right.
because he
and
said
who
all
is
the
he,
things
who
like,
is he talking to?
right, yeah, because he was like, I've been through all that stuff in New York. So now Barrett's like, who are you?
Yeah, I think what's interesting, I want to know what Will thinks of Cedric at the moment, because obviously, so Cedric is a character from Campaign 1. These two have meta knowledge, so it's they can't completely take out everything they know about him, right? But you don't know anything about Cedric, so I'm wondering what you think about him right now after today.
Yeah, I no longer believe a word he says.
Amazing.
He's gonna have to do some work to get back to trust level, hang out and buy snacks together level.
Yeah. I really liked that a lot. That like just moment of like small betrayal. That's like, I told you everything.
Yeah, I like
Which
that.
I really didn't.
I know, right? But it was just so good, like on par for the characters. And like,
that was great.
That was great. That was a good moment.
Good character work there.
Yeah, it was really good.
Brief interaction between Ike and Xavier. Some tension there, I think. Ike doesn't seem... I have like thoughts about that. Of like... Obviously, it's always up to you, but like when I perceive it, like his attitude towards Xavier, it reminds me of like, I met people like these in my school. Handsome, tall, fucking thinks they know everything. Oh, I'm so cool. I'm the one with the giant robot. All that stuff. Like, I don't know if there's this weird. Maybe it's something to learn later. Maybe it's like envy or just complete scoff at him. Like, oh, he thinks he's bad. I don't fucking care. Or like whatever, right? Like, I wonder what he'll how he'll interact with Xavier.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see.
That'll be fun. Yeah, so Cedric comes out with some interesting news. Makes up a, what did I call it? Spooky Towns in USA.
Amazing.
So you guys end up disconnecting from that. Kind of like, hey, you let me know. You all have his number now. He has your numbers.
Hey,
I
great.
can talk to
awesome. Awesome. Yeah, good.
Barrett probably loves that so much.
It wasn't like in the military. It wasn't really happy to do. But Arabella, you decide to invite Shibuya to the convent to live. That was an interesting turn. You still own the deli, of course.
I'm probably going to default on that rent.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's
Now you gotta pay me rent.
I probably could.
It's
Please,
$1
somebody
million.
How often? $1 million. How often? A year? A month? Sure.
I think it's really interesting to bring, and almost like thematically like symbolic, to bring the new blood into the convent.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, okay, here we go. We're building it back up.
It's a really interesting choice. I love it.
Yeah.
Also,
choice.
like, I thought it would work better because, like, Arabella's super trusting of people and he's a young kid, so she's like, okay, well, you can't just be by yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I like the idea of Arabella taking on this really like motherly, like maternal role, or like, oh yeah, I made you breakfast, like all this like, oh, you two can't sleep in the same room. Right? I got your own rooms,
yes,
you know.
rooms.
Yeah.
On the opposite floor.
Door 2 inches.
Use protection.
Get married.
Yeah, get married. No kissing.
It's also, I think it's also a lot better for Apex, right?
Oh.
You got a big yard for the
Yeah.
dog. And
Yeah, right.
Yep. Absolutely.
One big family.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
So that walk you were talking about, a lot easier here
Yeah.
than it is in town.
Right.
Yep.
So and that's going to open up a lot of cool little avenues there. I really like that.
Yeah, me too.
Meanwhile, Barrett lives as far away as possible.
Yep. Absolutely.
Speaking of being far away, you bitch ass.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there, right?
Will we?
Maybe.
Choo choo.
Oh,
I hope that doesn't get picked up.
well, now it did.
There it is. Yeah, so we had a moment where Barrett's like, time to relive old memories.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
goes up to the outlook, the little cropping where we met him first, and suddenly his weapon does a little strangey
Just a
little.
little craziness.
Yeah.
That was something.
You're a bad influence.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it shoots onto almost at Arabella.
Yeah.
Almost got me.
Barely managed to move it. Yeah.
Episode 2, Arabella's dead. Headshot.
Yeah, what would have happened if that had hit?
I don't know.
You know?
What would have happened?
And you would have hit her.
There you go.
Would have got. Episode 2.
roll a d20.
Oh, God.
Roll your toughness.
20.
Oh,
I would have been.
Ricochet.
I would have been like,
Fine.
bitch.
Bounces right off.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
You would have been fine. Their gun would have been like, oop, and then would have never acted up ever again.
You're giving your gun bad manners.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
My gun has a mind.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
call
that was
Misty
cool.
over, and she gives you some exposition.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I have to treat my gun right. I have to take it out to a nice dinner.
You give a
I
little
have
smooch.
to, yeah, we do a smooch, buy some drinks.
Put a flower in the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she tells you it's a bygone,
All right.
but a bygone without a concept.
Yeah.
My gun.
A bygone. So, it learns from whoever's using it, right?
Yeah, I'll have to teach it the concept of
Come on, give us a
Family?
Barrett. Yeah, right.
friendship.
The power.
I have to give it the power of friendship.
And God's like,
Oh, you're right.
more friends with guns. They get killed.
Oh, yes. And then it will become more powerful than ever.
Our friendship.
Yeah.
Or you have to shoot God.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
MMORPG.
Yep.
Damn.
What is that line from Lilo and Stitch?
Ohana means family.
Yeah.
You have to teach it Ohana.
Ohana means shoot everyone.
That was really cool though.
It was.
What do you
it
want to?
was.
What does Barrett want to teach it?
Yeah.
Does it have? Does he?
In Barrett's mind, he's just like, well, time to never use this again. He's,
What do I
you
want?
know,
I already got like 2 stepkids. I got a real kid. I don't take care of. You think I'm gonna
yeah.
take care
Barrett
of this
doesn't even know what he wants to teach himself, let alone the gun. So it's gonna be interesting.
And we have we decide, okay, Misty says it should be okay at the moment. Time to train tomorrow.
Yep.
Should be fun. And then Arabella has a little visit with Raj.
Yeah, he's creepy, icky.
That was a good scene.
That was
Yeah,
so
that's good.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice to see Raj. He's back.
Yeah.
He's a very prominent character in season 1. He's doing something funky at the World Gem site over there. Claiming to keep it at bay, like kind of stop.
Yeah.
If you remember from season 1, the reason why so many Umbras showed up was because the World Gem was sort of emitting this frequency, right? This beacon of sort, which drew the kin to Arcadian Haven, even through the seal. And now the seal's been reforged, but that beacon would still be a thing. So Raj is there. Keeping it
Interesting.
at bay.
He's keeping it on lockdown.
Yeah, he tells Arabella some interesting news. You know, oh, you're going in the Umbra. You might want to watch out because that thing that you think is gone inside you,
Yep.
it's there.
He's gonna be big.
Yeah, that's.
Hopefully not with a vengeance.
We'll see. We'll see how it is.
Yeah, it was interesting that you said you could like, kind of influence it.
Right. Similar to how you could influence your gun.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We have to teach both the concept of friendship.
Thieves!
Yeah. Wow. We have to teach both friendship. Then your
What if
demon
I
and my
choose
gun can be
evil?
friends, and then you can be a demon lady with a gun.
Wait, but now you teach Apex friendship.
Oh my god, are we
Yo,
gonna have a
Demon lady with her gun in a mech suit.
demon lady in the mech with a gun.
Oh my god. It's like Power
Are we gonna have a
Rangers.
mech suit demon gun episode? Have
Yes,
the 3 of them hang
yes.
out?
Absolutely.
That'll be the title of the episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a
Demon.
beach episode, but like just the sniper, the mech, and the demon.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's not even.
The gun's like in a bikini.
Apex is flirting with it.
Yeah.
Is that new oil applied to your hair? Or are you just happy to see me?
Wait till I disassemble.
Oh my god.
They paid for this at patreon.com/umbra
They're like unsubscribe.
refund.
Siri, how to refund bacon?
So Raj is gonna help you train up for the Umbra.
That'll be really fun.
Whatever that entails. And then we had one little last scene.
With Reggie.
Yeah.
No, right before that. With Barrett going into the basement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And kind of.
To the gun.
Reminiscing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the thought process behind that, if you want to share? Or is it too early?
I think what I'll say now is just Barrett not only trying to come to terms with everything that's happening, but just trying to really figure himself out.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep.
Character development.
Interesting.
And and then we end with the post-credits sort of scene.
Mind-blowingly weird.
Yes. Very
We
strange.
see Reggie, character we met very, very, very briefly the end of season 1. He was in the post-credit scene for there, but in a slightly different role. But what's he doing?
I have a question.
No idea.
I don't know if you can answer it.
Okay.
When you do a post-scene or pre-scene, is the timeline for those ambiguous, or is it like the pre-scene happens before the post-scene?
No, they are ambiguous.
They are ambiguous. Okay.
Some, you'll notice some post or pre-scenes specifically tie into key events in the plot. So
Right.
you can I think a lot of the pre-scenes you can make a timeline for.
Yeah.
Some of them are open through like a string of time. Just for, it's like a comfortable buffer. Some are very hyper specific. For example, Angelica on the beach when the lanterns were being lit. That was obviously very specifically during that point in that
Right.
episode, right? Happening in the background. Yeah, as far as all, like, there is no hard concrete rule
Yeah.
for all of them.
So like the post-scene could have been from whenever.
Correct.
Okay.
And maybe when you get more info later on, you can determine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We ended a bit early this session. It was about maybe like 10, 15 minutes
Yeah.
because I didn't want to get into the next event. Would have taken too long. That post scene was entirely improv.
Oh.
Aside from key, I knew what was going to happen in it, but I didn't write it down like the pre-scenes do. So
It was
fun.
So I was thinking that post-scene came before the pre-scene.
Maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because the little box, right? Yeah.
But you know,
Curious.
curious.
Yeah, I have thoughts. I have thoughts. Thoughts?
I have a thought.
Yeah, I have thoughts.
What are your thoughts?
My
I'm
brain
not gonna
thinks.
say.
It's a post show. Any thoughts?
I mean, my thoughts is the thing in the little case that was in both the pre-scene and the post-scene
Okay.
are is the crystal.
Is it B-Rock?
The
Yeah.
little shard thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Interesting.
That's my thought.
I won't tell you for later on. I
know.
will tell you I'm very excited for it.
I think it's Baby Gun.
It's the noisy cricket from Men in Black. No, I'm very excited for that plot point. That was
Yeah,
stewing in my brain for a while.
I'm
So.
gonna be hype.
Overall, thoughts on the episode?
I thought it was exactly a cool ant. I thought it was very solid.
It was very much. I say it's a winky ant
That's fine. You
because
have differing opinions.
I think setup episodes are winky, right?
okay,
Like when you're setting up a lot of stuff, that's when
fair.
you're like, huh?
That's fair.
Today was definitely one of those days where like I was taking notes and I had to underline some shit.
Yeah. It was a very plot heavy episode, which is good. I liked it.
Yeah. I think I like the pacing of this one more than I liked the last episode
Oh, really?
personally. I think it's a little unfair though because episode 1 of all of Umbra Initiative was like, I think, the best episode because it had the perfect pacing. Everything about that first episode is everything I like in a show. Like from beginning to end, it was so perfectly like I could write a screenplay with that. I really loved it. The first episode of season 2, there was so much to cover. I think I still love it, obviously. It just didn't give me the same feeling of satisfaction of the first episode. But I felt that more in this episode.
Oh.
I think episode 1 of season 2 was very not catch up, right? Like I wasn't maybe we weren't catching up to something, but it didn't set up as much as I will personally like to set up.
Right.
Because I think this episode set up a lot of the themes of what the character arcs might be going forward, right? And that stuff I eat up. And that's what I really love to
Right.
see. Whereas episode 1 was more definitely like world events kind of were setting up with the tree, like the setting was set up a bit more.
I feel like that's what brought us together, and now it's time for like the lowdown of like, okay, here's what's.
I think,
Yeah.
we're revving up, and I think now we hit the speed right now. Like we're just accelerating episode 1, and we finally, I think we hit our good acceleration, like the solid speed limit where we want to go with this episode, which makes it very exciting going forward.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's to come. It's like all the crazy events that are gonna climax.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Hope you guys can't wait too. We gotta wait.
Can't wait for a training arc.
Wait about 7 days.
Yeah, we're about to.
7 days.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right, anything else before we close?
Thanks.
Yes. Thank
Thanks. Tell people about the Patreon. Go to our Discord and be like, wow, I really loved the post-show episode that I can see if I do it on any tier of the Patreon.
Yeah.
Wow, you should go. $5.
Leave some comments.
Stars.
Tell your moms.
Tell my mom. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.